And a truly great one, it's often this hidden force, a secret weapon that writers use to grab you and just refuse to let go. Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on that very tool, the art of pace.
I mean, think about it for a second. Why do some books have you flipping pages so fast your heart is literally pounding right along with the characters?
And then, of course, you've got the others, the ones that just drag on, where a single chapter feels like it takes an entire afternoon to get through. Well, the answer to both of those feelings, it comes down to one single, incredibly powerful concept.
So let's dive right into what we're calling the speed of your story. We're going to break down exactly what pace is and why it's basically the engine driving every great narrative you've ever fallen in love with.
Here's the key thing to get. Pace is never an accident. Nope. It is a deliberate, calculated choice. The writer is the master of the story's clock. They get to decide if a single second should stretch out over 3 whole pages, or if 3 years should just fly by in a single sentence.
Let's try a quick thought experiment. Imagine you're writing about a sudden car crash. How would you describe it? You'd use a fast pace, right? Short, sharp sentences to build that shock and tension. But what about a quiet, heartbreaking goodbye? You'd slow it right down, letting the reader feel every ounce of that emotion. The pace always serves the scene.
All right, now for the really fun part. How do writers actually pull this off? Well, we're about to look at the control panel, the essential toolkit that any writer can use to become a true master of time.
So what are these controls? It really boils down to 5 key levers a writer can pull to speed up or slow down their story. Let's break them down one by one, because this is where the real magic happens.
Okay, tool number 1, and you can argue it's the most powerful of all, is sentence length. You can literally feel the difference. For a fast pace, you get this. He stopped. He listened. Someone screamed. It's clipped, it's urgent, it's breathless. Now compare that to the slow pace. As he stood there, unsure whether to move or hide, the silence around him grew heavier. See how that just forces you to slow down and take a breath? That's the power we're talking about.
Next up, action versus description. What you choose to focus on, what's physically happening, or what a character is thinking and seeing has a massive impact on the speed.
She grabbed the bag and ran. Boom. Pure action. The story just lurches forward. There's no time to think, only to react. It's all happening right now.
But now, let's hit the brakes with some description. Her fingers tightened around the worn leather strap as fear filled her chest. By focusing on those little details, those internal feelings, we're forced to slow down and really live inside that single, tense moment with her.
Tool number 3 is dialogue. And let me tell you, short, sharp dialogue is like hitting the gas pedal. It completely cuts out the long descriptions and throws you right into the middle of things.
Each line just builds on the last one, creating this rhythm that just pulls you forward, faster and faster. And there it is. See how that works? Short lines, questions, exclamations. It all creates this frantic, high-speed exchange. It is pure story momentum.
All right, think of your narrative focus like a camera lens. To slow things way down, you zoom way in. You focus on tiny, sensory details, making a single second feel like a minute. But to speed things up, you zoom out. You summarize time to get to the next important thing.
And our final tool is actually a visual one, paragraphing. You know, short paragraphs just look less intimidating on the page. All that white space makes your eyes physically move faster, and that creates a feeling of speed. It's no accident that action scenes and thrillers are often broken up into tons of tiny paragraphs.
So we've got the tools. We know what they are, but that's only half the battle, right? Real mastery comes from knowing why and when to combine them to create a very specific feeling for your reader.
So here it is, the golden rule. The pace must always serve the purpose of the scene. You speed up for the chase, but you have to slow down for the heartbreak. The absolute biggest mistake you can make is writing a story that's stuck in one gear. It's either going to feel like a frantic, shallow rush or just a long, boring crawl. Variation is everything.
Okay, so we've seen what pace is and how you can control it. So the big question is, how do you actually put this into practice and truly master that story clock?
Here's your takeaway. Whether you're writing your own stuff or you just want to appreciate the books you read on a much deeper level, ask these 4 questions. This little checklist is your key to moving from just understanding pace to actually consciously using it.